that's been on diving in Cayman for a long time would agree that it is very different today. I can remember when the elk-horn coral and the staghorn coral was everywhere, and it was very difficult to manoeuvre your boat in and out of the reef. It used to be there in huge stands, and I remember snorkeling that. But the net loss of coral over that time is still pretty significant. And I say significant because we didn't really have a lot to start with. So when you say you lose 10%, that actually equates to quite a large amount of the reef being lost.
That part's dead.
There's no doubt that bleaching is more frequent these days. If that is directly related to the temperature of the ocean, and the temperature of the ocean rising is related to climate change, then that's probably the biggest factor is unequivocal. When we swam, we saw a lot of reef framework down there that didn't have living coral tissue on it. You would have expected a dive back in the 60s and the 70s and possibly even the 80s. Those corals would have been alive. I think, there's an analogy being used of reefs that they are in fact the equivalent of a tropical rainforest, and people have gone further and said no, they're actually more biodiverse. If we were to lose an ecosystem like that, and it's a very slow death, these things are dropping apart and no one really is kind of aware of it. I think it would be a huge loss to the world if reef ecosystems collapsed. And at the moment, that's what we're working on. We're working on buying the time until we better understand or get better grips with climate change and what it's likely to happen.